Hi, my name is Samson Itoje, CEO, Erimama Investment Company Limited, the reliable Lagos property investment company. Today I'll be talking to you about statutory fees. So what are statutory fees? Statutory fees are the fees associated with buying a property within an estate in Lagos, okay? And there are three of them. There's the documentation fee, what some people call deed of assignment. There's the survey, and then there's development levy. Okay, a lot of people are familiar with documentation or deed of assignment, and then a lot of you are also familiar with a survey. These are the documents you have that state the exact location within the estate that your property is, and those documents also state how many plots of land and the exact location of those plots of land in the estate where you bought the property. And then the third one is development levy. Development levy is the amount you pay to enjoy the services that will be provided by the developer. And so what are some of these services that are provided, this infrastructure that are provided within estates that the development levy that you pay cover? Okay, first of all, there's perimeter fencing. Every former gated estate has a fence, and then a gate, and then a gatehouse where your security will be to ensure that only approved people are allowed to enter into the estate for security reasons. And then the estate infrastructure also include drainages, street lights, and then security cameras to ensure that your safety and security is guaranteed as a member of that estate. Okay, now some people complain about development levy. Some people say that development levy is too high and all that. Okay, remember the things that your development levy does. One, it's used to create roads within the estate. In some estates, all the roads are interlocked. This is not done by the government, it's done by the developer. And it costs money and somebody has to pay for it. And who pays for it? It is the owners of the properties, people who buy into the estate. You want lovely roads, you drive into an estate, you see the lovely roads everywhere interlocked, you love it, it costs money. As my Yoruba friends will say, Obeto do, Owolokpa. If you don't understand Yoruba, it means that soup that is delicious, it is money that killed it or money that prepared it. So when you drive into an estate, you see the lovely street lights, you see the security cameras, you see the interlocking roads, okay, fine drainages, no water around because of the good drainage. It is money that made it happen, okay? And so that is what the development levy is used for. Now you will notice that when real estate consultants advertise land, they only tell you the price of the land. Most of them do not tell you the statutory fees. Okay, it is because the land and the statutory fees are actually different items. Okay, but however, because some people complain about it, now some estate developers just add everything together. So you hear statements in some estates. You hear statements like all is inclusive price. That it means it includes the price of the land and all the other statutory fees. Okay, my advice to you is this: statutory fees are mandatory within estates. Okay, and one thing you need to understand, especially when it comes to development levy, the development levy for each estate is different because each developer does different level of infrastructure. Okay, some people just do some estates, some small estate developers, they just do earth road, they don't do interlocking on the roads. Okay, so their development level will be lower. And then some properties are waterlogged. Okay, if it's an area that's waterlogged, the estate developers will have to do a lot of sand filling. Okay, and those sharp sand, they cost them a lot of money. And so for that particular kind of estate, the development levy will be much higher than an estate that is just dry land. Okay, my advice to you is this: estates have high perceived value, and the prices tend to rise steadily at a very good rate year on year. That means that the amount of money you spend buying the land plus all the statutory fees, the deed of assignment, the survey fee, and the development levy, they will all multiply year on year because estates are premium properties. So you are buying a premium property and it costs money to make the property premium. Okay, so once you get a premium property, and then you have paid for it, paid all the dues, it becomes yours, and year on year the price of that property keeps going up. Okay, think about it. When you go to a restaurant and the food is cheap, but you eat the food and you're not satisfied, will you come back? No, you won't. But you go to some restaurants. I went to a restaurant the other day. A plate of food was 2,500. Okay, I don't want to call the name. I don't want to advertise the brand. Lovely restaurant, and then it was beautiful. I will go there again. Why? Because it's more expensive. Some other restaurants you probably will eat with 1,500, but in this restaurant it was 2,500. This was more expensive, but the environment was beautiful. The food was beautiful. It was tasty. It was lovely. And then I'll go back. And you see a lot of people come, even though it's more expensive than other restaurants, a lot of people come there and sometimes the car park is filled. Why? Because people love quality. So we sell quality estates. To make those estates quality, development levy has to be there. Now the other fees, deed of assignment, and the other fees, the deed of assignment, which is also called documentation fee, and the survey, those are standard everywhere. Okay, the survey is decided by the government. Every area has its service fees. There's nothing you can do about that. Those are standard documentation, and you have to pay for documentation. In fact, it is documentation, the survey and the deed of assignment, that guarantees you that you actually have a property within the estate. Without those, there's no proof that you have property there. Okay, so that documentation amount, the amount for deed of assignment and for survey, they are mandatory. Okay, development levy is also mandatory, but it varies from estate to estate depending on the level of development that will be done there. So my advice to you, you want to enjoy a beautiful estate, please do not complain about the statutory fees. Those statutory fees are essential to provide the kind of infrastructure that the developer wishes to provide for those estates. When you enter estates like Amen Estate Phase 1, you will love it. Everywhere just beautiful. Okay, and there are too many developers like that. There's also Amen Estate Phase 2. If you're interested in that estate, the same way the beautiful environment in Amen Estate Phase 1 is the same thing that will happen in Amen Estate Phase 2. They have that developer has that standard, and they are not going below their standard. So all of these estates that provide this infrastructure, they would normally charge development levy. However, some estates have added development levy on top of the price, so they just call all-inclusive prices. So there are two types of estates you'll find. Estates that will tell you the price of the land and the separate amount for the statutory fees. And then there are estates that will just give you the whole price, the entire price. This is the price, all-inclusive price. Okay, so they are both the same thing. It's just that one estate developer separated the statutory fees, and the other developer did not separate the statutory fees. Statutory fees are mandatory. Okay, those are the fees that you need to secure your property and then to develop the estate to the taste that you want. So in the future, if you decide to sell your property, you'll be able to sell it at a very high price because it's a premium estate. So I'll ask you a question. Do you want to live in a premium estate in Lagos? Are you raising your hand? Are you saying yes? Then please pay the statutory fees. Okay, you'll see my number on the screen below. Call me and I'll give you a list of all the estates where we are selling. You can buy land, you can buy a house, you can buy a duplex, you can buy apartments. Okay, my advice to you is buy what you can afford now. Do not wait and say, okay, I'll buy next year. By next year, those estates I'm talking to you about now would have sold out, and prices in that area would have gone up. Okay, minimum 30% to 70%. Okay, so do not miss opportunity to enjoy those prices increases on the property you have. So if you don't have money to buy an apartment now or a duplex now, buy land now. Okay, once you have bought that property, you have locked down that money, and that money cannot disappear from your account again. However, if you have money, you are saving a lot of money in your account, and you look at your account, you smile, oh, I have 5 million in my account, I have 10 million in my account, all of that money will disappear with time. In fact, in 10 years' time, that your 10 million will become 1 million naira, would have depreciated so badly. Whereas if you buy a plot of land now, if you can't buy a house, but you can buy a plot of land, now, in 10 years' time would have grown by 10 times the price at which you bought it now. Which is better? Have the money in your account and it's depreciating, or buy a property and it's appreciating? Of course, it's better to buy a property that will appreciate over time. Okay, so you see my number on the screen. Call me, let's talk, and let me give you a property that meets your pocket, meets your requirement at this time. Okay, Expecting your call. Have a wonderful day, and do remember to subscribe. Click the subscribe button below so that you can get updates of new estates, and you can get solid advice, trustworthy advice from this channel. Okay, have a great day. Expecting your call.